We're so back.
We are back.
We're so back. Cheers. Okay, so today we thought it would be fun to do tier ranking.
All PetiteKnit patterns that we've made so far.
Yes. Also known as engagement farming. That was a joke.
But not really.
Not really. Yes, hello. I've just assumed that everybody knows me at this point. Okay, so hi, I'm Maddie, also known as By a Thread Knits, because I am in fact hanging on by a thread. You can laugh. Laugh now.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, I'm YeJi at anime.co on Instagram and anime.co on YouTube.
So true. So yes, YeJi and I are famously neighbors and
Friends.
also friends, yes. I don't know why I was standing on business so hard. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
No, we are also friends, yes. And we also happen to live 2 minutes away from each other. So we like to do a good old crossover episode upon occasion. And today we wanted to tier rank all of our PetiteKnit patterns that we have made. You should see the difference between YeJi's like perfectly folded stuff and mine is literally in a pile. Just like...
I had to bring mine from downstairs or from upstairs, whereas you had to carry yours all the way across, so.
All the way across.
All the way
the
across.
one sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yes, so...
How do you want to do this?
How do we want to do this?
I have 30 finished objects and 20 unique patterns I've made, so maybe I'll go first. No, but I've made like multiples of the same pattern, so maybe I'll go first and then...
Yeah, why don't you go first?
And then we can go back and forth. I'll start with objects probably that you don't have, which are some baby knits that I have.
They're so tiny. Oh my god.
So I've made multiple of these, and this is the Anker Sweater by PetiteKnit in the baby version, and this I made for my daughter. I made 3 of these, so I have 2 here, and I don't know where one went, but...
That's so real.
But I love the pattern. I love the Anker Sweater pattern just because it's so easy. It's just ribbed, and then there's a couple of rows. There's no real short row shaping, so I think for adults, I don't know, I'm back and forth on the adult sizes, but for the kid sizes, I think it's perfect. I think kids just in general, it's just so cute when they wear it, and I wanted to have matching knits with my daughter, and so I made this, and this I think is in Pearl Soho Buttercup Cotton. I have my notes. So this one is with Pearl Soho Buttercup Cotton in the color Morning Sky, and Buttercup Cotton is no longer, but I like it because it's 100% cotton.
So it's really soft.
Yeah,
though.
I put it in the sanitize cycle so it gets super hot, and I just dry it with all the other clothes, and I really like it for that. And this is also in Buttercup Cotton. So when she turned 2 years old, she was super into Winnie the Pooh. So I made her another version, and this is in red. And for this one, what I did was I didn't join the head. And for the first one too, I didn't join the heads because because babies have large heads, I didn't want it to fit a strain over her head. So I just connected it with a chain, and then for this one I actually left it open to mimic Winnie the Pooh's red sweater.
Oh my god.
And so this is also in Pearl Soho Buttercup Cotton, and I love how it feels, how it looks. The cotton looks really nice. I think even when it's washed, the stitches lay really nicely. So if I like tier ranking the Anker's baby's sweater, I would say it's a solid A. Just because it's so cute. It's so cute on. It's so cute on.
I was gonna say, my knee-jerk reaction is to say this is an S just because this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. But like if we're being objective, I suppose an A is fine. But like, are you seeing this? This is so tiny. Look at my hand.
But PetiteKnit patterns, I feel like on the whole, I've never had a problem knitting it. I haven't seen that one. I always enjoy knitting PetiteKnit patterns, and I think they're pretty straightforward, and I just think that they're really great for gifts and such. So this is another, this is the last baby knit I'll show, but this is the Lulu Slipover Junior, and as a preview I'm wearing the Lulu Slipover adult size, but my baby just put a drool mark on my...
We were having some big feelings.
Yeah, she's upstairs napping now, but this is the PetiteKnit Lulu Slipover Junior, and I think it's so cute. This is the Barocco Telly yarn, and I was actually sent this yarn by Little Knits, and it's like the first time I've actually ever gotten yarn sent. This only took 80% of one skein, so 80 grams of the Barocco Telly yarn. It didn't take much at all. And it's so soft. This is right. This is so soft, and so I really wanted a matching knit, and so I decided to make this. But while we're on baby knits, I have one that I haven't. Don't know.
Tear Ink.
Oh, Tear Ink. This would be an A. This would be an S.
That's an S because
this is an S.
This
is an S. I love the Lulu Slipover pattern. So there's deceptively a lot of knitting because after you knit the front and the back, you have to pick up for every single part. And then the button bands, the plackets are double knit. And so they are very cute. And so there's a lot of, I think, it's more fiddly. It's a little more effort that goes into this, but I just love it so much. This is an S. So I also knit the festival sweater with Pearl Soho Buttercup Cotton. And this one I remember just knitting it mainly in Korea when I went to go visit. It was super fun to knit, but I wouldn't say that it was super different, or I don't know. I think this one I would give a B just because I don't know how I feel about double folded collars on babies and such.
Okay, I need you to scroll down. I'm gonna cry. I can't. Okay, sorry.
And I put short sleeves on, but probably would have been better longer sleeves, but I wanted her to wear it for a longer period of time because babies just grow out of things so quickly, and it's easier to wear things as a vest rather than you're actually crying.
Sorry. She's in school now.
Yeah, I know. They grow so fast. But
oh, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Okay.
But still super cute pattern. I would still make it for other people and other people's kids, maybe not in this color choice. I don't know how I feel about the gray with the yellow and the purple, but I made it. I like it. It was a fun knit.
First of all, Sko Dogs. Way to represent. It's so cute though. I love the little baubles. Like I love a bauble on a baby knit.
It is really cute. And the baubles were quite easy to do. From what I remember, you do it on the wrong side of the row, so it wasn't super bad. Do you want to go over some of yours then?
Oh, I suppose, yes. Let me, I can't look at pictures of babies that are now not babies without doing that. Okay, I suppose I'll start with an accessory because we're starting with small things.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is actually one of the first PetiteKnit patterns I made. This is the weekend hat by PetiteKnit, and I knit this, obviously it's by PetiteKnit, that's the whole, anyway. I knit this in one strand of Pure Gant in the color Pink Tweed. I found it at the Tea Cozy and I loved it and I wanted to do something with it. I would describe myself as a pretty beginner knitter at the time when I made this. This was 2 years ago at this point. It's not my best work. It's just like, I really like the top.
Squiggly, yeah.
Can you see that? Yeah. It's not great. And then like I should have probably held two together because it's just like very thin. I don't know. I didn't gauge swatch obviously because
it's a hat.
It's a hat. I also didn't do the double or the like triple folded rim situation. So the pattern has it so you do like 2 sets of these. And I was like, why would I do that? And then after I finished it, I was like, oh, that's why I should have done that. So I would say for me, the weekend hat, probably a B. I don't know. I think if I made it again now where I'm at as a knitter, it would be a lot better, but just based on where I was, as there's so much hair on this, I'm sorry. Based on like the object I have, I'm gonna give this a B.
Yeah, this is tier ranking based on our projects, not based on the pattern. So I also knit 2 PetiteKnit hats, and they're both the same pattern, the Oslo hat, and I love the Oslo hat. I think just as a pattern, it's great. I think it's pretty simple where you could definitely figure it out on your own. You don't need to buy the pattern if you don't feel like you need it. But I really like it for the stitch count and just for the sizing. And I think it's really nice to give to other people, especially with the triple folded brim. And so the first version I made for my brother-in-law, and I made the large, and I should have made the medium. It came out a little too large. And that one I made in a solid color. And then, so for that one, I would give it a B as well. But then I made one for my mother-in-law, and I held a silk mohair with a strand of a fingering weight yarn to make the DK gauge, and that came out, and because it was a hand-dyed yarn, I think it was some kind of Madeline Tosh yarn. It was so beautiful. It's just, I made the second version in a medium size, and it just fit really nicely, and it was a little tight on my head, but I think it fit her head really nicely. And so it was I would definitely recommend making the Oslo hats if it is something you're interested in. I think I like it because it keeps your ears and your head really warm near the top because of that triple folded brim, and I like it because it's also folded in, so there's no chance of it unfolding that triple fold because you knit it together and then you fold it up. So I really enjoy it, and I think it was a nice pattern, and I would highly recommend it. That one I'd give it an A.
Yeah. With mohair?
Yeah. Okay. Maddie and I actually don't have that many overlapping petite knit patterns that we've made, which
Shockingly.
is quite shocking, but I think part of it is because I think I've made a lot of petite knit when I was starting out garment knitting, and then I didn't make as many in my recent years, and then you've made more of her recent patterns.
Yeah.
And I really want to make some of these patterns, but just time-wise. But we'll get over the most common pattern, I guess, which is the Sophie scarf. I think it's everywhere. And so my version of Sophie scarf I made with Cardiff cashmere in black, just one fall of it. And I gifted it to a friend. It was just a tiny black scarf, but it felt so nice. The Cardiff cashmere is of course so nice. I would still give this a B because I don't think I would wear something that's small around my neck. I know my mom really wants a Sophie scarf that's quite small and long.
I love your mom.
But I just I know that I personally wouldn't wear something that's just the version that I made, so I would give it a B, although it was in cashmere and it felt super soft, just for the wearability of it. And you also made a Sophie scarf.
Yes, I made the long version. This is her, this is she. I made two. I made another one that was the short version.
Okay.
I liked the short version better.
Okay, do you wear it?
No. Well, the short version was a gift.
Okay.
So no, I don't wear it. But the long version, I feel like my issue with this is the fact that my neck is kind of short.
It would look better with a coat, or...
Yeah, it would definitely look better. I mean, obviously this is not how I would wear this. I used, I think, Blue Sky Fibers Woolstock Worsted for this. It's very soft, and I like the red. I don't know, I just feel like in terms of my own neck anatomy, a small might have been better, but I knit this actually during my last quarter of undergrad.
Oh.
And this was what I brought to, I took a class on, it was really fun, I liked it. What was it? We watched Birdman? What was that class, YeJi?
Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't, but it's gonna bother me now. Anyway, I knit it during my last quarter of undergrad, and I would bring it to this one class that I apparently can't remember, and it also apparently doesn't matter to certain people at the table. But I remember thinking this was going to be a really mindless project to bring to class, and then I remember being like kind of annoyed that it took a lot more focus than I was anticipating.
Well, you just have to remember how many rows you've done to do your increases, because you don't want to increase at a different rate or it will kind of get wonky. What I did was I just added markers to every increase for the first 3, and then I was leapfrogging it so that I could see exactly how much was in between, and I think that kind of took the pressure off of trying to remember, especially because I was working with black yarn for my version. And I remember I made mine smaller than the small because I didn't increase. I only increased up until 11 or 13 stitches, so it was quite thin, so that I could make the yarn go so that you could wrap it around twice if you wanted to. And also I didn't want it to fold over at the neck.
Oh yeah. I'd give this Sophie scarf like a B or a C.
Okay.
It's not my fave. We'll call it a B just for sake of editing.
Next we'll go over our Sophie Hoods. You made mine, I made mine. You made yours. I made mine. I think we made ours pretty much in similar timeline, right?
Yeah, it was last winter.
Right. And this was after we became friends too, so we were talking about it. Yeah.
This was like our first project that we did in tandem. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you finished way before I did.
No. I made mine in a completely white type of material. So I used the Shoshameyer, the Regia 4-ply sock yarn in undyed base with the Fiber Co Suro, which is a whole blend, but it's mostly alpaca. Yeah, it's 40% alpaca, 40% cotton, and 20% wool. and it's just this really fluffy yarn. And the Sophie Hood is knit on 5mm US 8 is what I used, and so it went by really quickly for me, even though I made a size large and I accidentally added 50 rows going increasing, and so I also added 50 rows, of course, decreasing. So mine is actually an extra large if you want to consider it that way. And so the hood is larger too, which I really like. And my sister really likes it. She's the one that asked for a hooded scarf because she saw it all over her Instagram and everything. And so I was like, okay, I can definitely make you one, and I have the yarn for it. And so I made it for her, and she took it, I think, to Ireland when she went. And the way she wore it was so cute because she had the hood on, and then because it was so long, she twisted it around and she created a bow. So she had a big bow, and it was really cute. And so I'm really happy that she's able to get a lot of wears out of it, and I really like my version. This one I will give an S. I really enjoy just the process of making it, as well as just how much wear and love that project gets from my sister. So.
Yeah, that's really cute. Your sisters are very knitworthy.
One of my sisters is knitworthy. My sister, my younger sister, and my mom are knitworthy. The older one has kids, so.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Okay, hang on, where is mine? So I took my Sophie Hood in quite a different direction here. This one is mine. I did a scrappy Sophie.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't see anybody do a scrappy version of this. So I was excited to be doing this. It's insane.
It is insane. I can't believe you weaved in all these ends.
I did it as I went,
okay,
or else I would not have done that. And it's nice because when you're weaving ends in on something like this, you have the I-cord that's like, you do at the same time, and so you just up the I-cord. So yeah, this is objectively insane, truly. But
it's cute.
I feel like it kind of works.
Yeah, it really does.
I work with children, and so like this is very normal to them, because if you've met children that dress themselves, this is like, they really resonate with this. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. The pattern was really fun. I don't know, I like this. I want to make another in a solid color because this isn't the most wearable thing of all time. But I did wear it a lot last winter, and it's very nice because it's like a hat and a scarf.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with it drizzling all the time here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like how your color palette is just where you use the same colors throughout. And so it's not like you see a color or a large chunk in one area and then you never see it again. I really enjoy how you did it. I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, this was actually inspired by my nanny baby, my former nanny baby's grandma, who gave me a bunch of her yarns, and she had a bunch of like partially used skeins that I really liked and I wanted to use, and so I put them in this, and then I got to wear it around her, and she was really excited to see her yarn being used, so it was sweet. It was around the time I got laid off, so I needed something fun and distracting.
It's really nice.
So listen, if you're gonna give yours an S, I was gonna go an A for mine, but again, for the sake of editing, we'll call this an S.
What I'm currently wearing is the Lulu Slipover, and this I made in a size large, and I made it when I was pregnant in my 3rd trimester with my baby who left the drool marks. So, so it does have quite a bit of positive ease. I think if I was making it now, I'd probably go down to a medium or a small, even if I wanted an oversized fit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it looks that awkward on
I
either.
think it's really
I think it's cute, especially because it's kind of fitted up here anyway. And so I really enjoy this pattern. This I would definitely give an S. I think this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, petite knit patterns that I've made for myself, and I love this. I think this I made with Cascade Superwash that actually isn't superwash that I got from Little Knits in West Point Blue Heather. I like the color, and I also like just the details of the double knit placket, as I said, the button band, as well as the ribbing. So it does take quite a bit of knitting, as I said. The front and the back go by really quickly, and you think, oh, I'm almost done. And then all of the other parts take another, just the same amount of time, just because you have to pick up everything, right? And you're picking up at multiple points. So the ribbing you pick up once for both sleeves, and then you pick up in 2 different points on each side of the body for the placket. And I think this is a really nice pattern if you want to learn some of these techniques, such as like picking up button bands, and it's more forgiving than a sweater or something, because if you have a couple extra stitches on one side compared to the other, it doesn't really matter, nobody will know. Whereas in a sweater, because you're decreasing and everything, I think that more people would be able to tell, I guess. So if you are a perfectionist and you're afraid of garment knitting, I would say go for this pattern, because I think you can learn a lot of different skills without having to invest too much into it.
This one looks so damn professional. Like, this really does look store-bought, and just like, it's so crisp, like the double knitting right there.
Yeah.
It's just so crisp, and I love the buttons, but like, when you were talking about the pickup rates, I was thinking about it flat, and like, that's definitely
This
like
is a lot.
That's the length of a cardigan for sure. And you're doing that twice.
Yeah, I didn't do I think there's a folded over button, a neckband for this, but I just made mine short, or it's quite long, but I made mine short, more of a mock neck or a closer fitting neckline, because I was pregnant and I didn't want anything close to my neck, but also because for me personally, I like to wear some collared shirts under this and stuff, and I think it's really cute when the collar sticks out, right? Like, it sticks out, and so that's what I decided to do.
Yeah, I love this one. It's really cute on you. S.
Yes. You go again, or do you want to go?
You should probably go.
And this next pattern I've made 4 of, and I've made 3 of them in succession, and this was when I first started garment knitting in 2019, and so I've made 3 of the Cumulus blouses in drops brushed alpaca silk. And the first version, I made it with 2 strands of the brushed alpaca silk held together, and it was kind of dense. But then the second and third version, I made it with just 1 strand, and I really liked it for that. So I think those I have to rate separately than this, just because they're completely different material and such. But my first and my second version I gave to my mom because she wanted it. And then my third version I gave to my mother-in-law, and she's worn it and I think she liked it. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. But this is the version that I have, and then I'll wear it actually.
I understand why Rachel and Jessica knit while the other one's talking.
Oh yeah, it's like something to do, like awkwardly.
I'm like, yeah, so true.
That's me. So this is my most recent version, and this is the Cumulus blouse again, but this is in the size large, and I think the first 3 I've made were probably smalls or mediums. And so I think this was the most recent, because I remember my husband buying this yarn for me at Cozy. He went by himself and got it. This is the Madeline Tosh Merino DK in the color Winter Wheat, and it's a very winter wheat color, I think. When you just look outside and stuff. I think for Cumulus blouse in general, I'll probably give it a B, I think, just because I love gifting it. I think it's a simple pattern. There are a couple things though with the versions that I've made personally. First, for this version in particular, is that I did helical knitting, I think, in the body, but then in the sleeve I didn't do it well enough where you can... Oh, is that too loud?
Every time.
I think I just wasn't thinking hard enough when I was... So you can... Oh. I wasn't thinking hard enough, and I didn't, I guess, alternate my skeins enough, or just think about the harshness of the line that's somewhere here where you can see where I split for the sleeves. Okay. I think it's
right here.
Yeah. And I think when you're just looking at it in person, it doesn't really show, but then whenever I see it on camera, it really shows, and I think it's just because the camera just picks up contrast a little better. And the thing with this is that the I-cord pickup here, I think a lot of people find it kind of bunchy at first if you don't pick up the correct rate. I'm biased with the Cumulus blouse in terms of just the fact that I know that this is a pattern where I learned to do make one left, make one right, doing raglans and such, yeah, and also doing a V-neck. When I was first starting off garment knitting, I was so confused because I was like, oh, it's a sweater, so why would I start off flat, right, at the beginning? And then you join, and it's kind of it was a trust the process kind of knit for me, which is why I knit it so many times at the beginning, just to familiarize myself with the pattern. And I think at this point also, I wasn't, as well off. I was a lot younger, and so I think just buying one pattern and being able to knit it a lot of times was also really nice for me, and so I enjoyed it. And the reason I give it a B is because I know my biases, and I think there are more V-neck sweater patterns out there that do a better job, I think, of fitting here a little better, especially with right now, I think compound raglans are coming out and such. This is just a straight raglan. So if you are starting off, then I think this is a great pattern to learn how to do raglan and how to do V-necks. But I think that it might be a little hard to get your perfect v-neck or just getting the right, because even the bottom is just an I-cord cast off, so it's not like it has a ton of stretch or anything. Right. So I think that's why I would give it a B.
It's cute.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have a pair of socks actually. So these are the Sunday socks by PetiteKnit. So I knit these in Line Brand Fisherman's Wool and Drops Kid Silk Mohair. I like how squishy they are. Like, that's a nice combination, and they're not supposed to be like a hard wearing sock. It's meant to be like a house sock type situation. My main issue here is PetiteKnit socks are huge. So I made the smallest size of the adult size of the pattern, and these are like truly massive on me. And granted, I have weirdly small feet, like that's fair. But usually with the smallest size, I can still like fit it. These don't even stay on my feet, like these simply just slide off. I don't know, like in theory, these are really cute, and I wish they did fit me because I would wear them a lot. So
They're really cute as like stockings.
Yeah, oh my god. I kind of want to buy the kids version of the pattern and knit like the medium for the kids. Because
it's very cute.
I think that would fit me. My main issue here, my main gripe, is that PetiteKnit sock patterns run very large, and I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if the Danes just have big feet. Who's to say, really? But for me, sorry, I have my phone out because I'm keeping track of our ranking for the sake of my sanity editing this. I'm gonna give these, honestly, a D.
So we'll get into more of the Anker sweater, but this is the Anker sweater my size, as in PetiteKnit size, not my size personally. But also I've made 3 of these. I've made one for my mom, one for my husband, one for myself. The one for myself I've donated, and so that tells you all about and I wore it in a video once, I think, but it was just too tight in the sleeves. I think I made the smallest size, and it was just a little too tight, and the yarn wasn't super soft, so it was quite itchy. And then the one for my mom, I don't think I've seen her wear it, but she's the one that requested it, so I mean, hopefully she wears it sometime. And then this is the one for my husband. And as I said before, I love I also de-pilled it, but it's still kind of pilly because he's worn it quite a bit, but it's very soft. So this is, I think, 50% wool and 50% acrylic yarn too.
It's very squishy.
Right? It's so nice. The thing with this is, as I said before, the Anker sweater Anker sweater my size at least, doesn't have short rows. And so that was my main gripe, is that I don't like sweaters without short rows, because then it kind of ends up choking you in the neck or being too low in the back. You can't have it where it fits perfectly, just because our anatomies aren't, just flat here and in the back, especially also for men's as well. So I made the Anker sweater my size for my husband. I just sized up, and I think it worked out really well. He really enjoyed it when I first gifted it to him. I love the sweater and how it fits on the shoulders because of the ribbing. It just falls so beautifully on my husband, his name's Harris, and Harris also, he really liked it, and I think it fit him in the shoulders really nicely, but again, it was that back issue.
It is really cute though.
But I don't know, I would give this a B. No, well,
I feel like this is a C because you
I would give it a C. I would give it a C.
And like you donated yours.
That's true. I would give it a C.
That's one of her older patterns, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
That and the Cumulus too. I was thinking that when you were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiana girls were
back.
She is back.
I thought leaf blowers were illegal here.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't think it's illegal. They leaf blow all the time.
You're not supposed to, because it's like gas powered.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they're
I
also
totally
like
didn't know that.
Useless. I'm sorry, I hate leaf blowers. This is a hot take. I hate them. Why are we blowing leaves? They're leaves. With peace and love, like, there are bigger issues.
Well, personally for me, I'm thankful because the sidewalks get really clean, and when it's raining and stuff, the kids slip on the leaves going to school, and so.
Okay, fine. Fine.
We'll just have to wait.
Yeah. I didn't think about kids slipping. I'm just a monster.
And we just have different issues.
That tree is so pretty.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I really like it because like all the colors of the trees are so beautiful just around. You're just like, oh.
This whole street is gorgeous right now.
Yeah.
I was driving up and I was going like 2 miles an hour, just being like, wow.
Anytime.
Anytime we're together.
Every time.
We turn the camera on and then it's like every single...
It's not even like I live on a busy street either.
No, you really don't. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
It would be one thing if we had unlimited time, but like,
yeah,
our time is in the hands of an 18-month-old.
Yeah. Yeah. We're filming this while my daughter naps.
This would be cute if I made it longer. I just need to make it longer.
Do you have more yarn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a ton.
Oh.
We need to stop talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay, she's going that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's getting quieter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. So this is my June top, and I made this 2 summers ago now. I made this in Noro Kakagori in, I don't remember the color, but I was inspired by Handmade by Florence. She made this exact top in this exact yarn, and I have never had an original thought in my entire life. So, did the same thing. I mean, I like this pattern a lot. I like that the back is lower than the front. I think that's really cute. My one issue here is that I think it's bottom up, right? Am I making that up, or is that?
I think you're supposed to do like a provisional cast on and then you do bottom up and then you do top down to lengthen it or something, right?
Possibly.
I think there were instructions. I bought the pattern, I've never made it.
This is so short. Like, I don't know why I thought this was a fine length, because this is like so clearly too short.
The colors are so beautiful.
The colors are so beautiful, and I have so much more of this yarn because Noro balls of yarn are huge. I just need to lengthen it, and I just keep putting it off. I'm gonna give this a B, just because I don't like the construction. I don't like bottom up.
Are we gonna B though?
Is this a C? It might be a C. Okay, fine. I'll give it a C in the name of being objective. I mean, I like the finished object. I like the shape. It's very basic. It's very cute. I like the I-cord edging. But yeah, I don't like doing bottom up, and I feel like it kind of lends itself to being too short.
Or too long. It's hard to get the perfect length.
Yeah. Okay, we'll give it a C. Hot take.
I also have a couple, I think 3 of the same patterns again. It's the holiday slipover I've made, and I made 2 of the holiday slipovers because my mom requested a chunky knit slipover, and then I made one for myself. And this pattern is straight off the bat, I would give a D, just because, not because of the pattern, but because of the yarn choices I made and how I felt wearing it. So the first 2 versions I made for my mom, I made it from Knit Picks Wool, the Andes Andean Treasure, which is 100% alpaca. I held it together. It was really cute. And I think this is the first time I did Italian cast-offs. So it was really, yeah, it was, I think one of them turned kind of wonky, but on the body, I thought it was cute. I was, I think in my, just coming out of my first trimester, going into my second trimester. So with my first baby, so I was not really feeling not the greatest, and so that probably colors my past with this pattern. But I did it and it was fine. I didn't love it, but then I made a version for myself, and I'll show you a picture, Maddie. And I only have one picture with this. So I only have one picture of me wearing this vest because I told my husband to just take it so that I could, while we were walking the dog, my sister's dog, Sam, and I think he jumped up on me or something and it pulled out this strand entirely, and I think that was the end of the vest. I wore it once and I think I was thinking, oh, it's not my favorite, and then him just doing it kind of just cemented the entire experience for me, where I was like, okay, well, you know, I probably wouldn't wear it again, and I think I definitely ended up donating it, so hopefully somebody reused the yarn. But and this one I made with Knit Picks Wool, the Andes, so 100% wool, and I held 2 worsted weights double. And I think just my yarn choice, if I did it with, I think, a actual bulky weight yarn, or if I held maybe a mohair with it, and if I had made it more oversized, a little longer, a little bigger, there's so many things that I would have rather done to this, to what I did for my version. And so if I was to make it again, I think it would probably get a higher rating knowing what I know now, but just based off of my versions, I really didn't like it, and this is probably the knit that I've been failed, like that's failed the most for me with PetiteKnit. Yeah.
What's your ranking?
D.
Okay. I'm gonna get in front of this and say this is one of my favorite knits of all time. This is an S for me. This is the Storm Sweater, obviously. And I don't know if the color's picking up very well because it is very bright. I love this. It's perfectly oversized. I made a size medium. I used PetiteKnit in the color Spicy Orange, inspired by, oh my god, pour one out. This was inspired by High Fiber Knits. She made this exact sweater in this exact yarn, and once again, never had an original thought. And I love red, and I really wanted something like bright and orangey red, so I have no notes here. This was honestly one of my best knits, I think.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I'm always so scared to wear like warmer reds, but this is actually so nice.
It's a really good red.
Yeah, and the yarn is so good for this whole pattern because everything it's a textured knit, it's not cable, so it's not like it pops, but you can see everything super clearly. Stitch definition is there even with all the wears that is cotton, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love this. I have no notes. This is an S. I love the Storm Sweater. I want to make another one. It did take a long time, but worth it.
And your pickup's so nice too along the neckline.
Thank you. Yeah. I love this.
While we are doing textured knits, I will grab. This is the Ingrid sweater. So we were actually kind of surprised because Maddie made the Storm sweater. I've never made it, and I made the Ingrid, and Maddie hasn't made it. And this is the Ingrid sweater. Is it the man version? Yes. So this is the Ingrid Sweater Man specifically, and this I made for my husband, Harris, again, and I just really love it. I made it using Cascade Revive, which is in the color duck green, and I don't really love the Cascade Revive yarn just because it feels a little dry when you're knitting with it, and it's not the softest yarn, but it is, I think, recycled wool, and it's 100% wool, and so just the finished object and how it looks on Harris, I would say I would give this an A, I think, an A because of the yarn choice. I did a whole sweater ranking of everything I made Harris, and I can't remember what I gave everything there, but I think, yeah, I think this will be an A, and I love how it fits on him. It's oversized, it's nice, it drapes really nicely, and I made a size small because of all the positive effects in here, but I think it just fits so nicely, and I really enjoyed the patterning. I like how it's not super long. I think the longest portion that I felt was this ribbing portion where I was like, okay, this is kind of taking a long time, but everything else just felt like it was going by really quickly, and just being drop shoulder and having the higher neckline, it was just a really fun knit for me, and I think that he really enjoys wearing it too. The color looks great on him, so I'm really happy with this knit.
I maintain that I prefer the Ingrid Man over the Ingrid Women.
Is there a difference, a big difference?
Yes, the eyelets. The Ingrid, women's version has eyelets, and I don't like the eyelets.
Okay.
I prefer having no eyelets on a sweater like this because I feel like it kind of negates the purpose. And like, this is a wool thick sweater. Like, why would I want airflow?
Yeah.
I love this. I really want to make this for myself at some point.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, especially because somebody like Maddie, you would have it shorter, or you do have a shorter torso, so you could just like shorten all of these pieces, like the ribbing and the moss stitch, and then keep the lattice, or like shorten the lattice a little bit.
And I love the lattice.
Yeah. It's really pretty, and it's faux cabling too. I don't think it's real cabling, so it's really nice. Yeah.
Okay, this is my Amy. These are my ladies. This is my lady Amy.
These are my ladies. This is Jill. This is my lady Amy.
This is the Amy sweater by PetiteKnit, and I knit this in PetiteKnit in the color Matcha. And this was when this color like just came out. I was in Denmark when this color came out. I went to every yarn store in Copenhagen looking for it. I finally found it. I bought them out of it. So I actually still have a lot of this left, which is great because I love this color. I love this pattern so much. I really wanted like a nice thick turtleneck moment, and obviously this is her.
It looks so good.
It's a nice raglan. The sleeve like depth is pretty long. Like, this is, my armpit's like way up here. That's quite a bit. But I think for this style of sweater, because it's supposed to be kind of like slouchy and oversized, I think it kind of works. I don't know.
I think it works, yeah.
Usually that would bother me, but not really.
Yeah, because you don't have a ton of bunching under the sleeves or anything too, so.
Yeah.
I think it works. I think it works with the longer sleeve. I really like the ruled edges on the hems. It looks really good.
Yes.
The color of the sweater brings out your eyes so well, and I think it's beautiful. Every time you wear it, I'm like, oh, I really want one of these.
I recommend it.
Yeah, and I'm not even a huge turtleneck person either, so yeah. It's beautiful.
I loved this. It went by really fast. She was really into doing this like rolled detail after ribbing last year, and I love it. I think it makes everything look just that much cuter.
It's very cute.
And it's such an easy detail too.
Yeah.
And it adds so much like visual interest.
Yeah.
I love this. I would make a million more. I wear this all the time.
I think
you
the
can't even
length
tell.
of it is perfect too on you, like where you ended it. Because half the time I'm holding up Maddie's sweater, I'm like, this looks really short. And then Maddie puts it on, and Maddie has a short torso. And it fits perfectly.
Maddie is short.
And it's not.
We can say it. It's fine.
And so it just looks perfect. It looks so good.
Yeah, this is another one where I finished this and I was like, I did a fantastic job on that,
You really
to be
did.
honest. So I love this. And again, Peer Gynt is probably my favorite yarn of all time.
Yeah.
I wear this all the time. There's zero pilling. None.
I love that.
Magic. I love her.
So the rating?
Oh, S. Obviously.
Of course.
Come on. I love purple on you. You look so good in purple.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the no frills sweater, and I made the size 3 for this. I held full scarn super soft double in the color hyacinth, and it's super tight. The gauge is so tight. Do you see how tight it is? It's pretty dense. The stitches are very tight, and I really like it. I think that as just a plain sweater, it works really well. I usually don't wear anything under it, but so the yarn itself isn't super soft, and this is one of those yarns where the more you wash it, the softer it gets. But with this dense gauge, I think it'll never get super soft. But it is hard wearing, and the color is nice. And this sweater, I also really love the no frill sweater. There's a reason it's, I think, one of the most made sweaters on Ravelry and such. It has so many projects, and it's a very basic raglan, right? It's not, and this one isn't super deep or anything, so it's just super plain. I did a reel, I think a long time ago, comparing the no frills to the lento, and ultimately I like the no frills better because the gauge is tighter on this, so it works better, I think, as a sweater. And this, of course, also does use more yarn, and they both have their merits, but I personally really enjoy the no frills, and I want to make another no frills. But this time I think I might change the gauge a little bit, and I want to make it with the Ocean Knits boucle yarn that I got. I think that would be really beautiful, because with something like boucle, I think it would be really nice with something as plain as just your plain raglan sweater. So is there anything super special about this no frill sweater where you have to run out and get it? I don't think so. I think if you have a basic raglan sweater that you like, a sweater pattern you like from another designer, then I don't think this is something you have to get on top of it. But if you are looking for a basic sweater pattern, then this one has some shaping in the back, it has the raglans, and it's as the name suggests, it's very no frills. It's pretty simple, and I would suggest it. I think for me personally, I don't need bust darts or anything, so it works really well. If you do need bust darts, then this probably, again, isn't the pattern for you. I would give this, I think, a B. I would give this a B. I don't think it's something that's super special, but I enjoy it and I wear it, so.
It's really cute. I just can't get over this color on you.
Thank you.
And like, it's very nice because it's like very subtly.
Right, there's like blue and purple, and it's just in a lot of white, and yeah, I really like the whole scarn yarn. Yeah, it's super soft. I have cones of it. I really like cone yarns.
Really?
Yeah,
oh my god, we need to get you to
too.
Portland.
Yeah.
Need to get you to Portland. This is my Olga jacket. So I knit this again in Peer Gynt. I think Peer Gynt for PetiteKnit patterns works so well. I don't know why. There's something about that combo that just works. So I use the color Ochre, which is discontinued, which is a grime, and the Tutti Frutti Confetti Natural, I think. There's like 2 different versions. It's the more... Thank you.
We're doing so good there for a little bit.
We really had a good run. How many leaves are there? I'm so sorry. Where even is she?
It's quieter now, it's quieter now. Come back.
My Olga. I really like this one. I have a couple of notes. It runs smaller. So I feel like with PetiteKnits, sweaters, her sizing is either true to size or leans slightly bigger. But with her jackets and cardigans, what I found is that her sizing leans a little bit smaller.
Or your purling or knitting might be a little tighter or loose on one side.
Listen, man, I don't know. That's what I've noticed. You could be right. You're probably right. You usually are. But with PetiteKnit cardigans and stuff, I usually end up going my usual like medium. I think I made a small on this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was a small. Yeah. And like I do wish it was up one size.
It looks so beautiful. It looks really good now.
It does look really good. I feel like it's again like it's very well fitting, but I wanted like a little bit oversized.
I see.
But like it is incredible and I do love it. It was a really fun pattern. It went by pretty quick. I love that the stripe continues into the ribbing. I don't know, there's something about that just like scratches my brain in a really good way. Honestly, my main issue with this was the neckband pickup. I had an absolute bear of a time doing this, and I feel like it doesn't look very good. And this was like my 4th attempt, and by this point I was like, you know what? This is just how it is. There's something weird about the neckband.
Oh, like how it goes up like that?
Because it's a pretty small portion of ribbing here. It's only like 5 or 6 rows.
Oh, I see.
And I don't know. It was just
behind your neck.
It's behind my neck. Nobody's gonna know. I don't care. But that was my one.
It's way too early. It's okay. She'll go back to sleep. But the color is so beautiful. The tweed bits and then with the solid, I think such a good job.
This is like my dream color combo. And the shaping on this one I feel like is also just so good and crisp. Like, look at that. Ugh.
I really want to make the Olga jacket, but I want to make it like a jacket. I want to use Let Lopi and yeah, make it like a thick, dense jacket.
Cute.
It'll be really cute.
Yeah, I love her, but for the couple of notes I have about like the sizing and the neckband, I'm gonna give it an A. Not a mess. It's an A.
Since we're doing jackets here, this is the champagne cardigan that I knit, and this I used the Pixwool Fiandis with drops brushed alpaca silk, so it's quite dense. So for this, I went down a size. I knit a size medium, it came out to a large, and then I went up a needle size than what's recommended. And I really enjoyed knitting this. I think that it is the perfect jacket. It's just super nice, and this has gone through the birth of my first child, and then just like after, I think I knit this around this time, probably after she was born, so around when she was like 6 months. So this has gone through like, you know, during when I was pregnant with my second, and it's fit me really well in all of my pregnancies. After pregnancy, I think it looks really great right now too, just as an oversized fit. And I'm really happy with how it fits. The double knitted button band, it's a lot of double knitting, but I think it just looks so crisp. And the weight of this is so nice. It just looks really nice. I'm not that great at wearing it right now because
it's white.
Yeah. I'm afraid things are gonna get on it, but just I just love this. I just love this cardigan. I want to make another one. I think that it's really nice just in how it fits, how I wear it. I have never seen somebody who's made this whose version I didn't like, so I would definitely give this an S. I really enjoy it. I think if you are looking for a basic double knit button band cardigan pattern, then this should be the one you go for. And yeah, I would recommend it to anybody.
It's just so classic. Like this is gonna be one that you have forever.
It is.
Like will never go out of style.
It is. Again, it's a raglan construction. I mean, there's definitely a ton of room under here, but as a jacket, I think it works.
Yeah. I mean, especially like you said, you made this when you were pregnant, so it was like,
yeah,
you know,
postpartum, yeah.
But it just still works so well, even now. I think that's like such a testament to its versatility. This is my mom's favorite of your knits, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does she want it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. S.
This is the poppy tee, and I knit a size large on Queensland Collection Rainbow Beach in the color Cardinal, and it's just a really bright, fiery red. I think this is a little more red and a little less orange than your spicy orange.
Wait, let's look.
Yeah, so this is a little more orange. This is a little more red, I think.
Yeah.
And your battery, I think, is running out.
This looks really cute with these jeans. Where are these from?
Thank you. These jeans are from my mom from Uniqlo.
Cute.
Yeah, and they're like super high-waisted and super wide leg. But I really like this. I think that if I was to make it now, then I would probably make it in a smaller size. I made this before I went on Zepbound and all this stuff. So before I lost some of the weight, and but I do like the pattern, and I really like the English shoulder construction. With the English shoulder construction, what happens is you just knit a little bit of the shoulder and then you pick up along here and then you're just increasing. So it fits the shoulder super nicely. And I think when I made this, it fit a little better under the arm and everything. I think at that point, it was super tailored to my body. And now it's a little more oversized. So I think this is one of those ones where I would love to make again. And I know that PetiteKnit made hers in the Cardiff cashmere, and that's probably super soft. This yarn probably wasn't the best choice because I wanted a red t-shirt as well, but this is slightly itchy. And so I would love to make mine also in a really luxurious, soft, just having a really well-fitted knit. And I think I could do it. So for this, I would give, objectively, I think I'll give it an A because it's something that I still enjoy, still would love. I mean, and obviously it's not the sweater that changed, it's my body that changed. So it is what it is, but I love the longer sleeves on it. I think it looks really nice, and just everything to do with the pattern, I really enjoyed it. I love the English shoulder construction, as I said. So I think it's also called, it's not a saddle shoulder, it's also called like the Cocoa Knits method or something. So yeah.
Like Cocoa Knits, the brand?
I have no clue. I just know that depending on where people are, it's called different things. So
it's really cute. I also really like the pearl ridge right before the ribbing. Yeah, that's a cute detail.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
So cute. I do love this one on you.
So I also have a few patterns that I forgot to talk about. They were either sample knits or gift knits. So first we'll go over the Stockholm Slipover V-neck, which I made for my mom. And the Stockholm Slipover V-neck is supposed to be made with a fingering weight and a mohair. So to be a kind of a DK weight fuzzy warm V-neck, and I made it with a linen yarn, so 100% linen yarn because
I remember this.
My mom wanted it, and I have a project video on it. But I really liked the version that I made. However, just the whole sleeve just stretched out a lot because the linen doesn't hold any memory. It doesn't really have any of that kind of whooshing, the scrunching, right? That memory that wool would hold. So for that version, I think I would give it a B because I definitely want to make the Stockholm Slipover V-neck again. I think it's a great pattern, but with just the yarn that I used, I think that there was a little bit of a hit or miss there, and my mom really enjoys it though. So, and she really likes it. So I would give it a B because I don't think it's a fail. Like I don't think it's a C or a D, but I don't think that it was my best work. So.
Your mom wears this one golfing.
Oh yeah.
And it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's really adorable.
Yeah. Okay, and the other pattern that I want to talk about is the Anker summer shirt that I sample knit for Tea Cozy Yarn Shop, and I really love how this one fit. I love the yarn that they use with it. It was a summer yarn. It was also Queensland collection like this, but it was the Eco Twist yarn, and it had a bunch of different colors in it, and it was just, the yarn was really beautiful. However, the Anker summer t-shirt versus the Anker sweater my size, there's no difference. There's no difference in gauge. I think there's only one difference in that there is maybe one more row of or a section of ribbing in the sweater versus the t-shirt, or one or the other. And so you don't need to get both patterns, just one pattern would do. It's basically the same stitch count. It's basically the same thing. I think that, so for that reason, I would give it probably a C because there's really no difference. You don't need to get both patterns. So
I do hate it when she does that.
Yeah, I think if there's a difference in gauge and there's like a whole, you have to regrade everything and there's a difference in math, then it makes sense. But if it's the same gauge, it's basically the same pattern, then yeah, it's really,
It's capitalism for you.
And the last pattern that I'll have here to show you, or the last project, is also another sample knit for Tea Cozy Yarn Shop. Thank you, Tea Cozy. And so this is the Eva Cardigan, and I knit it for Tea Cozy Yarn Shop in this beautiful beige color, added the buttons, the wooden buttons. It was really beautiful.
It was really cute.
I would give this an S because I want to make it again, and I think it fits really well. I also have a project vlog on it, and I really enjoyed making it too. It went by really quickly.
Of course it did.
I was kind of off gauge, but the sizing was correct at the end. It was the perfect size. And then I also really enjoyed the large ribbing detail. I think that's really nice. I think that with more blocking, one of the things I noticed is that one of the buttons, the ribbing wanted to kind of flip up on the button, but I think that was just the way I was wearing it. And so this one, yeah, I would definitely give it an S. I want to make it for myself, and I want to make it in the same yarn in the pure Gint. And I'm thinking that like the original navy or
navy would
a
be
gray,
so
or even if you make it in a red, in any color, it would be so cute. I would love it in a green or in a whatever, but the Eva Cardigan is one that I would also highly recommend.
It's just a classic.
It is.
Like,
it really
she's
is.
so good at making things, at designing patterns
Classic.
that are just classic.
And I think the reason why so many sample knits and such are done in petite knit patterns is because it's easily accessible, and a lot of people, when they go into shops, it's a easily recognizable pattern as well, even though it is quite simple. And talking about it, I just realized I forgot to mention one other thing before we talk about it.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. This looks so cute.
I made another petite knit pattern recently, and it was also a sample knit, but this time for La Mercerie, so thank you. And this was the Selma sleep suit, and I made it with the recommended yarn, which is Camaro Snuff Nug in 3 to 6 month sizing. And this was so cute. This is so cute. So the Snuff Nug I found kind of tight to knit because it is a chainette yarn with blown fibers through it, and so there's no real give to it. So my gauge was tight at the beginning, and then as I was knitting, I think I found my rhythm and I was on gauge, but it was so beautiful. Just finishing it, all the details that go into seaming it too, everything's done flat. It's all garter stitch, and I think that for a sleep suit, I would highly recommend if you are into sleep suits or for babies. It was very soft. I would give this an A, I think.
My inclination is to give this an S, just for like the pure snuggle factor of a baby in that thing. Like, just
Yeah.
so cute. Oh my god. And I love how it, like, I think the hands and the feet both do this, where it like flips up to cover their little baby hands and little baby feet.
Yeah, I think for the first like 3 months of my baby's lives, I always had their hands covered because they would scratch themselves with their little tiny nails and such. So
tiny.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Okay, we'll give it an A, but I maintain that it's an S just for the snuggle factor. I think it's also because in Scandinavian countries, they let their babies nap outside.
Which is amazing.
I'm all for that. I wish we had the infrastructure for that here. So like having like their little handsies and their little feetsies covered would be so important, and just having them like in a full wool.
Yeah.
Ugh. This is my cloud sweater. I feel like you guys have seen this one so many times because I legitimately wear this at least once a week. Even in the summer, I was still wearing this frequently. This is my favorite thing I've ever knit. I think
It's beautiful.
it really is. Just in terms of like the amount of wear and how easy it is to wear. Like, I throw this on with everything and it looks good with everything. It's perfect. I love this. So as I said, cloud sweater by PetiteKnit. I used Biche Bouche. That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
She speaks French. They're lamb's wool and their mohair held together, both in the color soft gold.
Yeah.
This was very expensive, but I saw this color at La Mercerie back at their old location too, so it was a while ago. And I just, like, I became so enamored with it immediately. Like, there was just something about it where I was like, I need to make something in it. But when I bought it, I actually didn't know what I wanted to make.
Okay.
So I remember I was like at the counter with Nikki, and we were like scheming, like, what does this want to be? And then for some reason I was just like, cloud sweater. It just makes sense. And it's perfect. I love this so much.
And for how much you've worn it, looks new.
No, literally. Like, it's held up so well. And so, sorry, I'm covering your face.
No, it's okay.
I maintain that, like, my cost per wear on this is probably so low at this point. And this was worth every penny I spent on this yarn.
Yeah.
And every hour I spent knitting it. I love this thing.
It looks so good.
I love the folded collar, the shoulder details, and then she also, this is back when she was doing her, like, rollover hem
I
situation.
skipped that entire era of her patterns. I really need to
love
go
that
back
era.
and
It's so good.
Yeah, I have
it's
to go
so
back.
fun.
It looks really good.
And you just bind off like normal.
Yeah.
Like it's just normal bind off. It's so fun. Yeah, I love this thing. The back is also really good in terms of the like construction. I love this.
The shoulders actually sit quite high up on this sweater.
Yeah, they kind of do. Yeah, but it
looks really nice.
It just works so well. I love this thing. This is an S. I'm sorry, it's an S. No notes. I love it.
I think we're both saving the best for almost last.
We have to.
This is the Moby sweater that I knit my husband. I didn't make this in the man size, but what I did was, first I made this with Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in the color Winter Night, which is a really beautiful dark royal blue color. And for this, I just knitted to pattern. I knit the size large, and all I did was I just picked up more stitches for the arms. So because usually men, I feel like, have broader shoulders and larger arms compared to their bust circumference from my experience, at least for my husband, and so that's what I did. I love the way this fits my husband. It looks so good, and I think just the way the attention is brought to just this middle part and then the rest is moss stitch, it fits on the shoulder and along the sides just so well, and I'm just so happy every time I see him in this. I think it looks really smart for work as well. Not that he works in not even a business. His work setting is very casual, so I did mess up one of the cables here, but some of these cables, I think they're missing a row here. But that's also something that I don't think anybody else would notice. And I just love the lattice, as we said, the faux cables, and this was a really fun knit for me. So highly would recommend this. That's definitely an S.
Yeah, this is beautiful. It's really, really good. I love the lattice. It's just so cute.
Yeah. And he's pretty hard wearing on his knits, and I haven't deep held this. So the wool of the Andes, Knit Picks Wool of the Andes actually holds up really well. I always say that he's a better judge. Harris is a better judge of how well yarn just works and in sweaters and stuff, because he wears it to work and he'll be at work for 9 hours, 10 hours, right? And then he's wearing it all day and moving around, whereas when I wear a knit, I usually, if I'm wearing a knit, I wear it, I go out for a couple hours, I come back and I change immediately, because you saw what happened.
Yeah, YeJi's daughters don't like it when she wears sweaters. It's really funny.
Yeah, my 18-month-old specifically is just...
You had your Lulu on earlier and she was actively trying to take it off of you. Like she was mad about it.
Yeah. She doesn't really even like it when I try on any of the knits I'm currently making either. I think she thinks that if I put on a jacket, then I'm gonna head out. And so...
It's really sweet, but she hates it.
Yeah, she does kind of hate it. So it's my life right now.
Oh, toddlers.
Are we ready for the grand finale?
Grand finale! Oh, we're so excited. Hello. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Come on.
I'm so happy you finished yours. I was seriously doubting you for a second there because you were like, I don't know if I can do it. And I was like, you can do it. It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah, you really carried me through this, truly. There were many a thing you had to fix. I love yours.
I just love this pattern. We've been wanting to make it for a long time.
This was like one of the first things we talked about.
Yeah, and I think we were just talking about doing it then together, and then you weren't sure if we would be able to do it together.
Spoiler alert, we weren't.
First when Maddie said, oh, let's knit it together, I thought that she meant, okay, like you knit yours, I knit mine kind of thing. Not that we would be buddy knitting it. And so I was like, okay. And so I like planned out, okay, I'm going to set aside like 2 weeks to knit it, right? Then you're like, no, we have to cast on together. I was like, okay, we're probably going to cast on together and just knit it at our own pace. And then you were like, oh no, we should cast on together and knit it. I was like, oh, okay, I see.
I had a lot of ambition back then. So here's the thing about YeJi. Very fast,
monogamous
knitter. You really get stuff done. And I, on the other hand, okay, this is like really the difference between like type A personality and type B personality, because I be casting stuff on and like I'm just like I have ADHD, and so it's just a different ball game for me, but you can like lock in.
Yeah. Well, in my head I set a schedule of just I want to get it done, or if I had it in my head that I'm going to finish a sleeve today, then no matter what, I'm going to finish that sleeve today kind of idea. So I'm just there and I'm doing it until it's done. I don't set it aside. I don't, like get distracted. And I have so many things in my queue that I want to knit and I want to do it. But the hardest part for me is casting on, because when you first cast on, you have to learn the project. You have to read through all the pattern and everything, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when you're like, oh, I'm going to cast on a lot of things, I'm like, sure, it sounds fun, but at the same time, it's not my jam. Like, it's not my type of fun. I would rather be finishing projects and kind of crossing things off my list, which is where my type A personality comes in.
Yeah. YeJi, famously zero chill.
Yeah, no chill.
No
Absolutely no chill.
And we love her for it. We had such pure intentions for a buddy knit here. You finished yours a good month before I finished mine.
I followed my schedule.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I, on the other hand, fell behind on the schedule within the first couple of weeks, and I was like, and that's that on that. Like, there's no way I'm gonna catch up.
Yeah, and you're also knitting a bunch of other things, so.
Yeah, because we started this in July. And so,
July 2nd.
Yep. And it was, like, peak summer here in Seattle, so I wanted to do some warm weather stuff too.
Makes sense.
And a siren? What is going on out there? But yeah, so you finished yours a good month before I finished mine, but you know what? I finished it.
You did, and it looks so good. I actually like the fitted jacket look. I think it looks really good. I know that Hannah of Hannah G Knits just has also finished the all over cable cardigan, and I think she was also expecting it to be more oversized, and it turned out more fitted. But I really like, and it's both cream colored, but I really like how it looks. I think that it looks very smart. Like, it looks like, I think it'll be more timeless in a few years when things go back and forth,
Yeah, as they do.
Yeah, so.
Every trend cycle is a pendulum.
I love how yours looks. Like, it looks so good on the shoulder and stuff, too.
Yeah, thank you. As I mentioned with the Olga jacket, I thought this was going to be more oversized. I made a size medium. I was anticipating it to act more like a sweater, like my storm sweater, which is also a size medium. I don't know, it's something about my tension probably, as YeJi pointed out, but my PetiteKnit jackets always are smaller than I think they're going to be. And like, I hit gauge on this, like it wasn't a gauge issue, it's just
Yeah, but I think this one is famously known for being a little smaller though, because I originally cast on as extra small, thought that I was going to be too not oversized, so I then went for a medium, and mine is oversized right now, but I think that definitely it could be, I think compared to our sweaters and stuff, it could be more oversized, and I'm just really happy with, the whole detail of it,
It's so
and it's
beautiful.
just, I just love how it looks, and this is something that I've been wanting to cast on and make, and so I'm just really happy that we both have it.
Yeah, I love that we have matching sweaters. It makes me very happy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cast this on without YeJi. Like, I would not have been brave enough to do this, so I appreciate you giving me the courage.
Yeah, because we made the exact same size. We have the exact same length in terms of the number of cables or the number of rows.
Yeah, because I just copied it exactly.
For the sleeve and stuff too, but mine just came out quite a bit bigger than yours did.
I think also part of that is you
The
used
yarn.
Cascade 220.
Yeah,
I
I did.
used Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool.
Yeah, so your yarn was thicker because the Cascade 220 is definitely just your standard worsted weight yarn, and I think that it works really well for this in terms of having something that's a little more drapey.
Yeah.
If I wanted it to be more of a jacket,
It's more
then
structured.
the Lime Brown Fisherman's Wool would be the way to go.
YeJi also celeb shotted and did one of the Italian cast-offs.
I think I did it for the body, yeah.
Was it the body?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No. Sorry.
I couldn't get it started for some reason.
It's hard when you're chatting with friends.
Yeah.
It's hard to get started on things that
Yeah.
And I love doing Italian cast-offs. I love the needle, the whole pulling, and all the.
You're such a weirdo.
I am. It's.
After I finish this, like, I really do feel so much more confident about my skills as a knitter, and
Because this is her first cabled, all over
cabled. I made like one other one, but it wasn't
Sweater.
anything like this.
Yeah.
But I feel like so much more comfortable reading charts, and it's like I consider myself like a pretty intermediate leaning advanced knitter, but like after this I feel like way more confident.
But I think cables are so much more intimidating to look at than to actually make, because you're just crossing over stitches. And when you were first starting off the knit, when we first cast it on in July, and you were doing the cable, and you were like, does this go in front? Does this go behind? And I was just like, oh, okay, wow, like there's, you know, you're definitely going to have a learning curve there. It's going to, but by the end of it, you were just not even reading the chart. I had it memorized. You know, it was really good.
That was shocking too, because I really thought I was not going to be able to memorize this. But by probably when I joined in the round, I had it pretty much down.
Yeah.
And it was pretty easy. Once you figure out like which way is leaning which way, you're golden. It's so easy.
Yeah.
You also, another difference we had was you don't use a cable needle.
Oh yeah, I don't.
And I do. And I think that also significantly added to
your time.
My time spent knitting, because you are able to just like...
Well, I don't, also, with kids and stuff, it's hard to have a separate needle, because you saw how she was with your needle.
Yeah.
And also, I don't like I don't like breaking the flow of knitting, even though I do knit English style, so I do let go of my needle, but my hand is always on the project. So just like trying to look for a cable needle kind of just breaks up my flow, I think.
Kids are weirdly obsessed with cable needles.
Yeah.
Like anytime I brought a cable project to work, my kids are like, can I hold the needle? And I'm like, why? Like, fine, I guess. I don't know what the science is there, but kids love cable needles. Anyway.
Yeah, but I'm so happy we were able to make this together.
I am too. I think it was well worth it, and I'm very happy with it. I think this is one I'm going to be wearing forever.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be with you forever.
Yeah, bury me in this.
Lime Brown Fisherman's wool also holds up really great.
I liked the knitting experience too. Like, it wasn't too itchy. It's not itchy, actually. It's on my bare arms right now.
Yeah, it's like, it's not the softest yarn, of course, but it's not also the itchiest yarn, I think. I don't know, when they talk about just yarn and wool and stuff, it might not be like the highest quality, but I think for its price and for how much yardage you get, and for its affordability, for its wide availability in all the big box stores and such.
It used to be more available, or went out for Joann's.
I think it's great. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very lanolin-y. Like, when I washed this, it was very sheepy. I don't mind that, but I know some people hate that. Oh, what's our ranking?
Oh, A. You want to give it an S?
You want to give it an A?
Just for the difference of our, like, for the sizing and such?
Okay, fine. Okay.
Right?
I mean, I'm not being objective here. I just love that we match. Okay. If we're being objective about it, it's an A.
Right. Not too many things can go in the S category. S is special.
I know. I know. Okay, fine. It's an A.
It's an A. I have no clue what your graph will look like. It's going to be pretty top heavy too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, but I did have quite a few, I think, B's and C's.
We had more than I thought we were going to.
Yeah, and that's mainly on us, I think. I think this really wraps up the video really well of us.
It's early.
It is.
The fear.
I think this really wraps up just us and our petite knit journey together really well. And of course, I mean, you're currently making
the Esther sweater.
Yeah.
And I'm having a really good time.
Jacket. Sweater.
Jacket.
Yeah,
Thank
jacket.
You.
And I really want to make the weekend hat for my mom, and so definitely more petite knit in our future. But overall, never had an issue with her patterns. It's always like it's me, not you, kind of.
She's done a really impressive thing with her brand. It's really cool to watch. Like, she has such a reach about her that you don't see with a lot of knitting community things, but like, she has like millions of followers.
Right.
And that's really cool.
Right.
I don't know. I think she's a lot of people's intro to the knitting community.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it's great. I think if you are in this video and you're considering making a petite knit pattern, I would highly recommend starting off with, you know, any of the patterns that suit your fancy. I wouldn't go into it thinking that the pattern is going to hold your hand. I think that her patterns aren't super bare in terms of some, like the Sandisgarn pattern, I always say, is super bare. It kind of doesn't tell you, you know, what cast on to use. It doesn't tell you basically anything. It tells you the stitch count and just tells you to go. Petite Knit's like a step above that, where she tells you more things and she lets you know exactly how to make it. But also I know that some other designers have a lot of instruction and a lot of words going into it, or they have videos that accompany their entire sweater process.
Yeah.
And that's not what I guess PetiteKnit does, but
because she is so popular, so many people have made the projects. So if you do have an issue, there's likely a video somebody else has made.
Yeah.
Or like in the projects on Ravelry, there's always a ton of information. So
yeah,
I
and
found
her
that helpful.
project pages always have, everybody's used so many different types of yarns too. So if you have different yarns, I think one of the things too is you don't need to use the yarn recommended in her patterns, because I know she partners with Sandskarn. She's done a lot with YeJi. She's done a lot with the Scandinavian yarn companies, and I think as people in the States right now, you can use Cascade, you could use any other yarn that just fits your gauge, and highly recommend gauge swatching. Not
Always.
something that I'm the best at, but
That's one thing that like I type A more than you.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just know.
No.
You just know your your gauge better than I do. But yeah, gauge swatch, do it. Yeah, I don't know. I love PetiteKnit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sue me, but don't, please.
I love her patterns. It's nice to go back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like if I have a project that I'm not having a good time with, I'll go back to a PetiteKnit pattern after and be like, ah, we're home. Anyway, shout out PetiteKnit. Shout out
Anybody who's stuck until this.
Yeah, if you're still here, oh my god. This is gonna be long. Thank you for watching another crossover episode. Once again, this is YeJi of Handmade Co. She will be linked, obviously. Highly recommend you follow her because you put out at least one video a week.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's the current schedule just because, but with winter knits, we'll see because they take longer, but I've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
making videos.
She does regular uploads and they are very entertaining and fantastic, and everything she does is amazing. So follow YeJi and like this video if you liked it. If you disliked it, don't dislike it.
Don't let us know.
Yeah, don't tell us, please. But yeah, thank you again for guest starring. We love having you here on the channel.
Thank you.
And yeah, outros. Hard. Bye.